What's up, guys? It's Mizuna, and welcome back to episode 2 of our Feed the Beast Beyond Let's Play. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're all having a good one. As you can see, I've made some changes to the base. I worked a little bit on the aesthetics. I got rid of the roof. Just laid out some of these blocks around the edges. I think it looks pretty nice. It's looking pretty nice. Still not sure about the floor. We'll probably be changing it. Any suggestions, once again, put them in the comment section down below. Helps me out. Also, back here, I have done a thing. I found a Sakura sapling over there. And, well, a Sakura tree, I should say. I chopped it down, I got its saplings, and then I planted a bunch of them over here. Laid out a path. So now we've got kind of a baseline of how this base is going to work. Basically, we're going to have unique builds, as I said, and you're going to walk in between them, and we're going to make it just a really enjoyable place to be around. So, in today's episode, we're going to be building a smeltery. I've already laid out kind of where I want it to go. I want it to go down here, kind of buried in the ground, and I'm not sure how big we're going to make it. We can always start small and then make it bigger, but I've given ourselves enough room for one that is 3 blocks high here. You know, actually, now that I look at this again, I think I might need to dig this one farther back or just move the path 1 block back so that we can access everything easily. Anyway, that's what we're going to be working on today. So, to get the smeltery growing, we need grout. Grout is made with sand, gravel, and... Oh. Okay, that was odd. Sand, gravel, and clay. The uses for grout are you smelt it into seared stone in just a normal furnace. And then, well, you smelt it into seared bricks. Use the seared bricks to make all of the things for the smeltery. I don't like how the sky flickers when I mouse over things. It's interesting. I didn't know it did that. Oh well. Anyway, so we're gonna need a fair amount of this stuff. To get just a 1-layer smeltery going, we're gonna need what? 4 of those times 9 times 9 for this as well. So 18 plus 4 for, well, 6 for one of these, 8 for one of these, 8 for one of these. It's going to be a lot. Needless to say, it's going to be a lot. Usually, I can, like, with about 2 stacks, or 1 stack of the material, I can make a basic smeltery. And then, one of the best things you can do to get seared brick, if we look at seared bricks, we can see that we can cast them from seared stone in an ingot cast in the smeltery itself. Seared stone, you can get from stone or from cobblestone. So one of the best ways I've found to do this is build a basic smeltery and then just dump all the cobblestone that you get from mining anyway in there, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. We have a lot of cobblestone, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks right now. Not a huge amount, obviously, but enough to get us going. And that has come from the mine, which is the next thing to show you. If I walk over here, you can see that I have turned our hole into a mine. You can see that it's nicely lit up. The torches aren't actually visible as you walk down. Obviously, there are some ores we can't mine with a stone tool that are in the way. But we'll get those. We'll get those in just a second after we're done with the smeltery. And I left one of these as no stairs because I think this season we're actually going to make a rail track for our mine. I know, crazy, right? I'm thinking maybe we use Railcraft. I have actually never used Railcraft before. It's been in every mod pack I've ever played with, and I've never used it before. Kind of crazy. So, it's looking like it's going to turn into night here. So, I'm going to sleep through the night. Bring it, spider. Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing. I'm going to sleep through the night. I'm going to go gather up some sand, some gravel, and some clay in some amounts that we need. I will meet you guys back when we are making the components for our smeltery. Okay, I think I've got everything together for the smeltery. We have, ignore those, a seared tank where we will put our lava to fuel the smeltery. We have a casting table where we will actually perform the crafts with the smeltery. We have a smeltery controller where we put things into the smeltery. A smeltery drain where we take things out of the smeltery. A faucet which connects to the smeltery drain. And 18 triangle seared bricks. Interestingly, these can be made from square seared bricks. These can be made from fancy seared bricks. These can be made from seared bricks, which is cool. So apparently you can just kind of transition between all of the different varieties of seared bricks. Kind of cool. I like it. So then, let's just do this, shall we? I'm going to clear away this dirt and put our first layer of seared bricks down. And then more seared bricks, more seared bricks, more seared bricks. Okay. Actually, this one here needs to be a smeltery drain. Which means that our casting table is going to go here. Means our faucet's going to go there. Controller right here. Tank right here. Oh, no, that's incorrect. Controller right here. Tank right here. And seared brick right there. Now then, I'm going to move this path back by one block here so that we can actually see everything. It's pretty cool. Let's put the lava in. And I figured out what's different about those clay buckets. If you dump out a hot liquid with them, they go away. So there you go. That's our smeltery. The very, very most basic smeltery. Pretty cool. I dig it. I think immediately I don't like that these are mismatched with the rest of the smeltery components, so I'm going to transition them back into the normal seared bricks. And then we're going to make some tools. I have in my inventory some aluminum, some copper, and some tin. This is so that we can make aluminum brass to make casts. I have a sword blade, a pickaxe head, and a tool rod here that we can turn into casts. And the tin and the copper will turn into bronze. So we're going to be making our tools out of bronze and copper at the very beginning here. And paper, if I remembered. I think I have sugarcane. I think. I'm not entirely sure. Let's start some of this stuff melting down. First, 3 aluminum and 1 copper will melt down and combine into aluminum brass, which we'll use to make our cast. So that kind of rhymed. Let's eat some food here. Go check and see, do I have sugarcane? Show me the sugar. No. That's regrettable. I mean, I'm not going to be modifying them straight away, so I can just use wood for the bindings for now. Or just not swap out the bindings. Like, I'm just going to be switching out because I don't want to lose the XP on these. I don't know if I do lose the XP if I switch out the handle and the head. I have no idea. Okay, so that's done its job. We now have 8 ingots of aluminum brass. So, I'm going to make a tool rod cast. I'm going to make a sword blade cast. I'm going to make a pickaxe head cast. Awesome. And I'm going to make an ingot cast. How many did that use? That used 4 ingots. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got aluminum brass in the smeltery. That's fine. We can pour it out later. Not a huge deal. What I want my handles to be made out of copper. So let's just throw a couple pieces of that in. I'm actually going to replace all of my handles, I think. No, I'll leave these 2 alone until I've decided if I want to carry a shovel and a hatchet everywhere or just build one mattock that is better. Okay. So, copper. How much did that use? Just 1 ingot? Alright. Give me that. We need 2 of those. I am going to be moving the Tinker's tables over here as well. Alright, so there's my 2 tool rods. Now we have copper here. Let's add in 1 more. Let's see. 2 more copper. And 1 tin will make me a bunch of bronze. And I don't need a huge amount of bronze because actually the sword blade is going to be made out of silver. That is the highest damage material that we're going to have access to in a second once all of this is done. Okay, so that's going to all combine, should completely, yep, there we go. Give me a bronze pickaxe. Nice. Let's go move some of these materials onto these tools and also sleep through the night so that we don't get mobbed here. Now, I'm using copper for the handle because copper gives the well-established trait. Bronze gives the dense trait, has a higher mining level and a higher mining speed. So do you keep your XP? You do. Level accustomed. That's cool. Do you keep your XP when I swap out the handle? You do. So this is what you should do. You should definitely swap out pieces for these tools in the FTB Beyond pack because they gain experience and that's how you get modifiers on them. Swap out pieces rather than building entirely new tools. Okay, so that should give me... So it's going from a 540 durability to a 497 durability. Interesting. Very interesting. But bone is not a great material for... Huh. I would not have thought that that's a thing. Very interesting. Okay. Let's look and see what we want to do instead. Because I can always melt that down. What about just plain old wood? Wood has a modifier of 1 and a durability of 25. So the... Interesting. The durability will go down if I used wood, but it would give me the ecological trait, which would regenerate durability over time. I could then transition the modifier, the ecological modifier that I believe this has anyway, it does, from its extra piece, the binding, to copper, which would give me 100 durability and some bonus XP. I think that's what we're doing. So that means that these are a waste of my time, but that's fine. We can just throw them back in the smeltery. They'll be melted back down. Not a huge deal. It also means that we need a binding so that we can... Let's see. Part crafter, give me a binding so that we can make a cast out of it. I think this is going to be smart. I'm pretty sure. And Fractured is not a great trait to have on tools anyway, so it's good to get that off the tools because it makes it go slower as you go. Okay, so actually I need aluminum brass to make a cast. Then I need copper to turn into the binding. Perfect. Give me this as well. So we are going to be moving, as I said, the tool stations down there. Just need to figure out how exactly I want to do that. Okay, so this will swap out ecological for well-established. Gives me more durability. Perfect. Now we can go to the part builder. We can go here. I need wood. I know I have some here. Let's just put some of this together. Wooden tool rod, and then this lowers the durability to 555, which is still higher than what I had before. Gets rid of fractured and instead gets ecological. I think since we can swap this out kind of as many times as we want anyway, I think that's what I'm going to go with for now. And then, well, hold on just a second. Sorry that this is taking a while, but it's fun to learn together, right? What's iron? Terrible modifier. Okay, so no. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Perfect. So now we have a bronze pickaxe. It should also give me bonus XP drops from just mining. Has much more durability than what I was using before. Has a higher mining level and a higher mining speed. So now we can mine these rubies. Perfect. We can mine, I'm guessing that's uranium. Nice. Okay, so that is correct. It gives me a higher mining speed, higher mining level, all of that. Now, I know I found some silver down here. If I could just find it. We can also grab this redstone now, so that's really nice. If we can just find the silver that I know is down here. I think it's in the roof right here. Yep. That is what we're going to make our sword blade out of. And then probably going to do much a similar thing right now. Make the guard out of... make the guard out of copper to get the well-established trait. Although we don't really need well-established on the sword, I suppose. We could just maximize for durability on the sword? I don't know. I do not know. So, we need to go to the part builder. We need to grab one of these out of stone. We need to make a cast out of that. If I could just grab my aluminum brass here, dump that out onto the wide guard. And I think I'm just going to make it out of copper. What do you think? Copper? We could just do bronze. Does bronze have a bunch of... Gives 100. Oh, no. It gives 80 rather than... Gives a better modifier, too. We could have made them... Oh, we should have made the handle out of bronze for our pickaxe. We can swap it out real fast. That's not hard. Although, right now it regenerates, which is kind of nice. So it'll just regrow over time very slowly. Okay. We'll make it out of bronze. Why not? And then let it keep its wooden sword blade. And put down the sword blade cast. We need to melt down some of this silver. Here you go. Just one piece should do it. And then we're gonna have a much nicer sword, which is great. Like, that's fantastic. Just gotta wait for this to melt down real fast. Silver. Pour it out. Nice. I figured I'd show you guys this stuff on camera this time. I was tempted to skip it, but I think it's better this way. Okay, so that immediately gives a much higher attack, 7 plus 3 versus undead. And then it also gives a higher durability and makes it look cooler. And then we put the bronze guard on, and it increases the durability and means that it will take less durability damage. Perfect. So now I have a much cooler sword, a much cooler pickaxe. Awesome. So the only thing left for me to do here is to automate this a little bit to get us seared bricks while we're not around. So what we're going to do is we're going to need a redstone clock. Luckily, I just got my first redstone. One of these guys will work just fine. Redstone torch, redstone, and stone. We can do that. We're also going to need a hopper under here, leading into a chest. That I can access right there. Yeah, this should work. Okay, I'm going to set up a little bit of automation surrounding the smeltery, and I will be right back. We've done it. The smeltery is automated. So, what do we have going on here? First off, I moved the smeltery controller over to the edge so that we could pump into it with a hopper. It gets fed by this chest here. We have a redstone clock that can be turned on and off with a lever. Directly above the faucet, if you didn't know, a redstone signal will turn on the faucet. So basically, this just emits a redstone signal over and over again, triggers the faucet to pour out whatever's on the bottom of the smeltery into this casting table, on which we have an ingot cast, under which we have a hopper. Hopper feeds into a chest. So it all works. It works pretty well. Let's turn this on, and let's pump some iron in here. We're going to do our iron first before we do the seared bricks, the cobblestone, which I also have in my inventory here. And the reason for that is quite simple. We need iron to make a bucket, and we need a bucket to get more lava, and we also need iron to make iron bars to make... what is that called? A tank. Yes, indeed, a tank. Do we not have... It looks like we don't have... Oh, we do. Here we go. Fluid tanks from Ender.io. Perfect. This is what I'm looking for. So, iron bars, glass, and iron to make a fluid tank. That way we can grab a lot more lava, put that right under here, and we end up with... So, we end up with a bigger buffer for fuel. Then we can start pumping cobblestone into this thing, pump that out to get seared bricks, use the seared bricks to build up the smeltery. We'll build it up to here first, and then I think we'll start building it down instead, so that'll be quite the project. But honestly, this little room we've got here should last us for quite some time. You don't need this thing to be huge right off the bat. Oh, interesting. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's all for this episode, guys. I think we did a lot of really good stuff. We got the smeltery built. We got it automated. You know, just very basic automation beginning. I showed off kind of the build here, a much better house than we had before. We got some new tools, a bronze pickaxe and a silver broadsword. Yeah, a lot of stuff has been done today. So, in the next episode, we're going to get down to business a little bit. We're going to get a hammer constructed for Tinker's Construct. I think we definitely need that, because this pickaxe is going to be fantastic for a while, and then to get bulk resources, we're really going to want the hammer. Another route we could go is, on the last server, I used Psy to do a lot of things. And it's not hard to get into. We've got the CAD assembler, which is just iron and a piston, super easy, and a spell programmer, which just requires sawdust, which is crafted by just crafting an iron CAD assembly, that's more iron, and shooting some redstone. So we can make this, which means that we can get pretty quickly, actually, up to the Psy Metal CAD assembly. We would need some gold. We'll need some diamonds if we want to do it right, because we're also going to want the... transmissive, CAD socket that requires a side gem, which requires diamonds. The hyperclocked CAD core, I believe, is the one we want. It is indeed. So that's just more diamonds, a little bit of redstone, more gold here, and also the ultra dense CAD battery, which, again, a side gem. So we are going to want this stuff if we want to get into Psy. And we can use Psy to do, I mean, virtually everything, honestly. Like, it makes a lot of other tools and a lot of other mods kind of obsolete in the early game, which is why I kind of avoided just jumping right into it. I don't know, though. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got. Oh, by the way, I crafted those 5 rubies we had. I crafted them into a ruby helmet. So now we're styling. We can also get iron armor now, which is cool. I'll do that between episodes. Anyway, if you did enjoy this episode, leave a like and a comment down below. It really does help me out. Subscribe for more content every single day. I hope I see you next time. As always, this is Mizuna, signing off.